Hello and welcome back. We are back for episode 5.1 of today's game, back at Swamptown. We reached the Swamptown safely and were brought in under cover of night through the Ribbiton warehouse, who have agreed to stow you guys away from being found by the group of orc and goblins that are apparently at the Dry Tuft, looking for you, along with wanted posters in town out for you. But, you know, you got a pretty nice place to crash for now. In fact, it's probably the second nicest place that you've ever stayed so far.
The first nicest was the castle.
Yeah, the elven capital.
Yeah.
Those are some real nice rooms. I mean, these rooms even have running water. Can you believe that crap?
That's not something that, her...
You never had that at home.
Yeah, her previous manor never had that.
No, you had servants bring water for you.
Yeah, and then they had to take a few hours to boil enough for one bath.
Yeah, it's weird to even be able to take a bath.
Yeah.
Feels good, though.
And normally there would have been like a scrub dry bath thing.
Alright, so, they let you sleep for about, we'll say 6 hours. Give you a nice, good 6-hour rest. So we'll say it's about 5, 6 o'clock when they come.
That's a good.
It's a relatively good night's rest.
It's a good.
So, yeah, so you wake up, you come down to the den. When you come down to the den, there's already a plate, like an entire little setup with drinks, a couple alcoholic ones, a bunch of pastries and little cakes. There's a little note attached to one of the crystal carafes that has this deep, dark black liquid in it that says, "Be careful. Feel free to enjoy." Small sips. And it's written in very ornate writing.
So something probably only I could read.
Oh no, it's beautiful. It's like high-level calligraphy. Hey, whoever wrote this, you as your scribe know-how, this is some of the fanciest, nicest handwriting you've ever seen.
I'm gonna take a glass and kind of fill it up, like...
A shot?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's actually like small little snuff glasses.
Yeah, I'm gonna fill one of those up and sip it.
Alright, make a constitution check.
Sweet baby Lord, what did I just do?
Whatever you just did, I'm gonna watch what happens before I do anything else.
Saving or...
Yeah, we'll let you do a saving throw on this one.
5.
Okay. It goes down so smooth. It reminds you of that little pastry you had this morning.
Oh no!
Okay.
Bug guts.
The kind of...
Yeah, fermented by guts.
The kind of odd flavor center ring of the black moss.
Oh yeah.
That kind of licorice-y type flavor. Okay. And then shortly thereafterwards, okay, you feel a wave of warmth come over you as you feel like you're floating, almost like you're suspended in warm water.
So am I drunk?
Oh yeah. Okay. You can't seem to focus on much of anything, but the entire world starts to look a bit fuzzy. You see ripples and waves come through it. It feels like you're underwater, but you're able to breathe perfectly. You guys see her start to go like this with her arms. Like she's like floating in the water and just kind of nodding her head up, back and forth.
That stuff's fun.
Can I sort of wave my hand in front of her face to see?
Okay, you see her hand wave in front of your face, only it's trails of her hand. So it's like hand, 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 hand.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna eat. Not drink anything excessive. I drink out my own whiskey flask, for that matter.
Is our room next door full of breakfast?
No, the breakfast has been cleaned up.
Same with the
Okay.
lunch.
Lunch has been cleaned up. Now it's just a bunch of like pastries, snacks, little cakes,
How's your leg?
Oh, fine.
finger foods.
I'll eat some. What other type of alcohol do they have besides that one that she took?
Okay, they have a golden looking mead. Okay, that
Calling
has
for you.
a very sweet scent to it.
Okay, I'll have a glass of that,
So what did
actually.
I just drink, if you don't mind me asking?
You have no idea you're in La La Land right now, even if you wanted to ask.
You can ask later. But you're sober.
I told you exactly what it had on it for name. The problem with making so many pages of notes for one place is it takes me a while to find everything. I
You
apologize.
remember that black moss, right?
Yeah.
So this is probably either fermented bug guts or fermented moss. Either way, which will make a pretty heavy alcohol.
So
I've used-
basically, I just drank tequila, or worse, vodka.
neither of those are actually accurate. The closer one, I guess, would probably be tequila.
Okay. You see a wine that has a kind of greenish hue to it. But as soon as you take a smell of it, it definitely has a very floral, sweet scent to it. And it's definitely easy to tell that it's a wine. You see golden looking beer in like a larger pitcher of it. As well as a large bottle of water and a bunch of, like I said, little cakes and finger foods.
I'll take like half a shot of what you.
Make a constitution check.
And while they get plastered, I'm gonna go have that golden mead.
10.
Total?
Yep.
Now you understand why she was looking all wide-eyed and floaty
Where's the water?
as you're
Where's the
feeling
water?
the same way.
Where's the water? Do I see the water?
You see
5
No.
of them.
you see what looks to be like the water bottle right next to another water bottle with another water bottle next to it.
You see 5 of them.
And another bottle that you're not sure if it's the water bottle or if it's the wine bottle.
I'm gonna point at the one that looks like the water bottle and sort of look at Josiah.
She's pointing at the wall, isn't she?
She's pointing directly between the wine and the water bottle.
High or low?
Hi. Oh no.
So I go get her a glass of that wine. Well, hey, she's not talking.
As
She
you pour
pointed.
it, you can smell a sweet, fragrant aroma coming off of it.
I mean, 2 glasses. I hand her one.
Okay.
Josiah.
I did what I was told.
Josiah.
You
Okay,
make her one too?
I
Oh yeah, okay, I had to make her one too. I walk up with a glass of wine.
don't want this. I want water.
You
mind
don't
check
know
to
what-
understand
He
the-
hands you a glass with something in it. It looks pretty clear. Okay. So I want
I'm gonna go with the drunken stupid, but like, this isn't water. I asked for water. I'm gonna put the glass on the table.
roll a Constitution check as you drink the wine.
These frogs are just trying to knock
Hey,
us
no.
out.
10. Okay. You can taste a slight hint of alcohol on it. It's a very fine, fragrant, sweet wine. It put in relation that you would understand, but not your character. It's like a Jolly Rancher.
Oh.
Okay, it's like a wine cooler Jolly Rancher, one of those like really good tasting ones. That's like it has a almost blackberry flavor to it.
Okay.
Okay. And you don't feel drunk at all from it, but you do feel a bit refreshed. And the taste lingers. Okay. So, what do you want to tell her when she says that she wants water?
That's close enough to drink it.
Are you trying it?
Yes.
All right, make another Constitution check. How
Look
about
at
you?
yourself if you can try. You
I'm
won't
not
make it.
touching it.
19.
19?
Yep.
I'm not touching that.
As you drink it, it's a sweet, luscious flavor, and you feel it dribble off the side of your mouth because, well, you weren't quite aligned as well as you thought you were.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And as the warmth and sweet flavor goes through it, it's like the entire world is now sweet and bright and cheery, and your eyes focus a bit. You're not seeing triple and double of everything. Everything's just kind of fuzzy in a happy, fun way. and shiny.
And you hear me asking for water.
Uh-huh.
I look at her. This works. Your vision will be clear, so you won't be seeing.
I'm gonna try to grab the glass off the table because I put
Make
it
a dex check.
Slaps it off the table.
Saving or normal?
Normal.
19.
You're able to grab the glass. You spill a little bit on your hand.
I'm gonna bring it to my beak.
Yeah. You're gonna drink it? Make a
Yeah.
con check.
Oh god, if I fail this and pass out, you'll have to drag me.
I don't think we could.
Saving or normal?
Normal.
Remember, I'm pretty smart.
10.
It's super sweet. Okay. You don't feel any more screwed up or some more sober. Everything still looks the same. Everything still feels the same. Only now everything's kind of sweet and shiny.
I'm gonna look at either one of them, their doubles or whatever, and I'm just gonna be like, I have a glass of water.
Nah.
Either of you want to help her with one?
Yeah, I'll go get her a glass of water.
Okay. And you're drinking the water?
Yeah.
Make another con check.
Water?
Make a con check.
13.
Okay. As you drink the water, now you feel as if you are completely underwater. Your skin feels wet. You feel like there's water all around you. You feel like it's coming in and out of your mouth, and you're almost feels like you're breathing liquid.
What the fuck?
Do I see her acting all weird?
Yeah, you see me
You
choking
see
on water.
literally start dripping off of her, and little droplets here and there.
Like I'm a corpse just out of the fucking ocean.
That's morbid. Hey, look around. Is there anybody around? Like, if I stick my head out the door, is there anyone?
You stick your head out the door. You
Okay.
can see into the kitchen.
Okay.
Okay. And as you look over, you see this extremely rotund, older frog. Okay, it looks much bigger than the ones that you've seen so far. It looks over. Oh, hello! You are awake!
Yeah.
And then it comes leaping over the counter, lands right in front of you, hops right back up, puts out a hand. Nice to meet ya!
I shake his hand.
I am Mrs. Robertson.
Oh, it's his wife.
Have you been enjoying the snacks there, lad?
Very much so, miss. Much obliged. I have a question, though. Is there anything special about that water? The water container inside of the,
It's fresh, clean water. I went through the filter this morning.
I look back at her. Is she still dripping, soaking like a puddle on the
bit.
floor?
No, it's not soaking. It's just water droplets seem to be forming across her flesh
Just bring
and slowly
Mrs.
dripping off.
Riverton in and
Like-
show her. Help.
Think of it almost like she's like sweating profusely on a 115-degree day outside in the sun.
Help.
So
Okay.
I then say to Miss Riverton, would you mind coming with me for a moment, ma'am?
I'd be happy to.
I bring her into the room and point at the
Panic.
Skeksy.
Looks like you've been enjoying the whiskey.
I just have a look of panic on my face, just
But none of us would know what panic looks like on a Skeksy.
Yeah.
wide-eyed, kind of just.
So normal.
What's normal? You're a Skeksy. You're basically skin and bones and a beak. That's what you normally look like. I am really concerned.
And she looks and she bows at the two of you. She is 4 foot tall.
Am I seeing double or triple?
Of her, you only see one.
Help!
Okay. But for almost everything else, you're seeing double.
Help!
A pleasure to meet ya. So, yeah, you gotta be careful with that. That's why I said small sips.
Help!
You'll be fine. It only lasts 6 to 12 hours.
She drank a whole glass.
Like a shot glass, dude!
As she starts laughing, you see her bottom, like under her jaw, like croak out like a bullfrog with some of the chuckles. Oh my dear, well,
Then I had a glass of water and it just.
You drank water afterwards?
Yeah.
Well, that was stupid.
Water usually helps after drinking
Okay.
alcohol.
It's black moss whiskey. Alright, that stuff will get you fucked up quick. But, other thing that black moss is used for is to help those who can't breathe water to breathe water.
So I can breathe water now?
So, when you ferment it and then drink water with it, it kind of screws with your system a bit. It makes you sweat a lot.
Am I gonna die?
Not unless you keep drinking and don't drink anything else.
Okay.
Or don't go for a swim or anything like that. Or if you're really sick, or if you kill yourself. I've seen a few people do that.
Concerned about that part.
Can I take some with me to go?
Over at Slime and Grime, you can get all you need.
Much obliged.
This is personal house for guests. I don't sell other people's stuff.
Reasonable, reasonable.
And talk to me husband if you want. And he might be able to help you out with that, but no, not me.
What can you tell me about the Grimes place?
Oh, Slime and Grime is run by Mudbee. Very, very sweet fellow. All kinds of potions and knickknacks and liquors and... You know, if you want anything that's made from anything natural, that's where you want to go and talk to.
Can you tell us about any other places in town that might be,
I'd be glad to tell you all about the town. What do you want to know? You are currently in Riverton Estates. I am Mrs. Riverton. I will have to excuse myself in about a half hour, though, because I have to go cook dinner for everybody. Okay, every day I cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner for all of our employees. You know, I very much really believe you take care of your employees and they'll take care of you.
Sure.
Okay, almost everything you see here has been manufactured at our factory next door.
Wow.
I'm gonna go back to bed.
Have fun, dear.
I'm gonna kind of just make sure I don't bump into a fucking door.
She's a bit of a lightweight, isn't she?
The scholars don't know how to drink, as I offer some whiskey out of my flask.
Are you kidding me? Oh, this stuff's weak.
Aye, it's what I had for traveling.
Here, try some of this.
I take it, gone check.
Okay, it's about twice as strong as your whiskey. Okay, you barely get a couple drops past your lips before you realize, even before when the smell hits you, this stuff here could peel the paint right off of a wall. No problem.
That's good.
No, it's not. It does not taste good in any way, shape, or form. It's basically rubbing alcohol.
Yeah.
But
goat
it's
man?
potent.
To my goat man, that's the key.
Yeah. So, I'd be glad to help and tell you about anything about in town. We have, Slime and Grime, run by Mudbee. Very sweet guy. We here at Riverton do manufacturing of furniture, fine clothing, leather goods, and basic general wares. There's also the Rossbound Foundry. Okay, they are a bunch of kobolds that run a little foundry and do some pretty good metal work. We have Chirps and Sips. If you're, well, you probably don't want to go there.
Why?
Well, it's kind of a, well, Mr. Frogsley runs the place, and he's way too fancy. Everything's way overpriced. There's also the Altar of the Mystics. It's a very popular place for people that are traveling through here. And High Priest Myrrh is a very interesting fellow. Okay. There's the Grand Market, which is just basic marketplace. There's the Magistrate's house. If you want to do any type of business in the area, he's the one to talk to. If you have any issues or want to know any information about the area, he's also the one to talk to. He's the one in charge here. In fact, I would highly recommend you go and talk to him at some point. There's the Dry Tuft. That's the main bar and tavern. From what I heard, though, there's some people there you might not want to talk to. But if you want to find out what's going on there, okay, what I might recommend is either talk to our maid when she comes later on tonight, or down at the Dry Tuft, they employ the daughter of Mr. Knob. Okay, so if you go over to Knobs and Knobs, you might be able to get some information there. He's a bit of a tinker and handyman. If you're looking for clothing, which you might want to cover up the golden breastplate if you don't want to stand out, or maybe a cloak a little bit more fitting for this temperature, then I would highly recommend going over to Strike Weavers. Tell them that we sent you, and they'll be glad to help you out, I'm sure, with something. They are our clothier. They make the fine spider silk that you see throughout most of the nations, and I see there's a bit of it on each of you.
Nope.
As well as some other cloth goods.
Do I make it to the room?
Make a dexterity check.
I'm just eating the pastry thing.
15.
Yes.
Awesome. I'm gonna collapse in the bed.
Okay. There's also I would also recommend staying away from the Slithen areas right now. The Slithen apartments, as well as the Slithen specialties. You know, not that they're bad people, but, you know, they are run by lizard men. They're not the nicest to their employees. And so I wouldn't be surprised if any of them wanted to take advantage of the bounty on all your heads right now, Diaz.
Understandable.
So
I'm in my room, passing out.
yeah, be careful a bit about that. There's also Frig's Gigs that Frig runs. If you want to find out what's going on in the area or any jobs in the area, great one to go to. And if you're looking for some more adult type entertainment, then there's Slither and Slurp. Okay. Ariola, who runs the place, is a little bit of an odd character if you can get past her tail, but...
I'm sorry, what's her name?
Ariola?
I didn't hear it correctly.
Ariola Sipsquee.
Okay.
What?
So funny. What is she? You said tail? Is she like a lizard?
Oh yeah, she's a snake lady. Very nice, though. Sometimes too nice. Weird. We don't go down there.
Well, when I am sober, I'm going there.
Yeah. And you'll find them over in the middle of the Silithan area. Oh, she gives you a brief layout of anything else. Tells you about all the other shops that are listed there. If you have any questions, just ask.
All right. The one thing I want to ask her before she heads back, she said she only had half an hour. Was whereabouts could I procure a map that heads toward the western direction from here?
Oh, you're gonna have a lot of trouble getting a hold of a map there, sir. Yeah. There are very, very few cartographers that even write maps. Any map you find around here is gonna not have any real type of detail on it. People just kind of go by memory and self-reference.
Is there someone or a group that we could possibly talk to that's traveled west of here?
Your best bet would be to talk to the magistrates, or you could go talk to the dockmen. Okay, they're usually pretty open. I would probably recommend, trying to obscure yourselves a little bit. There are quite a few wanted posters. They're looking for a fat satyr, which you don't really fit that description there, sir, but you might just want to hide the horns a little bit. And I gotta say, I love the breastplate. It is beautiful, but it definitely stands out.
I could see that.
As for you, you do not fit the description in the least. I'm sorry, girl. You kind of look like an elf, but not quite. And I wouldn't call you pale.
I'm tan.
By any means.
I'm very tan for an elf.
And well, the Drunksies.
Have you ever tried direwolf jerky?
Yes. Been a while though.
I'm gonna hand her sounds of it. trying to get rid of it.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I have like 1 moment. I have 16 pounds of it.
Hold on a moment, dear.
You'll be really helping me.
Okay, she takes it. She comes back a few moments later and hands you a small bundle.
I take it.
Okay.
I peek.
2 pounds of spiced lizard jerky.
Nice. But as you were saying about the drunkie,
Yeah. For the drunkie, I would definitely recommend doing a little bit more because, you know, the three of you as a group just don't quite match up well. You know what, actually? I think I have a perfect thing. It was left here by one of our previous guests. Hold on a moment. She disappears for a couple moments. Comes back with a small satchel. This was left by a previous Skeksies guest when they were here last time. So here, give it to her when she wakes up. And that might help.
Much obliged.
Just don't ask about him.
Won't.
My husband, I have to go now. My husband will be by in about 20 minutes to a half hour to see you. And we'd like to talk to you about a few things, if you don't mind waiting here.
Of course.
Okay? And if you want to sober her up a little bit, I think it's a her.
It's a her.
It's a female, yes.
No offense, I can never tell with them.
I wouldn't if I didn't know.
They don't come through that often, and usually we're all glad when they leave.
I'm not gonna lie, it's not like anyone ever sees the
She
anatomy
seems
of
a
one.
lot more polite than the rest of them.
She really is.
She actually has table manners. I was shocked. Okay. Usually
my
they would have
teacher.
just left food all over the place. Last time they were here, it took us 3 days to clean all the pieces of meat out of the cushions.
Jesus.
It was
Jesus
just
Christ.
horrible. But I don't mean to complain about others, because that's just rude. I gotta go cook.
So, do I just dump some cold water on her?
Oh, no. I'll have my boy come in with a special drink.
oh Jesus fucking
Can I
Christ!
have one too?
Sure.
Thank you.
I'll have him bring in 2 for you. You won't touch him.
If a kid won't touch
In
him,
fact, I gave it to him when he was a little bit younger. I doubt he's going to touch anything alcoholic for quite a while to make sure he doesn't drink this again. Just to warn you.
it tastes.
But it works fantastic.
That's all that matters.
so
It can sober up a Minotaur. It's been
Jesus.
tested.
fucking Christ.
Yeah, we get guests here from Minos pretty often. They have a wonderful port city south that we do trade with. So yeah, I'll be back in a few. I'll send him in a few minutes.
Okay.
She hops out. A few minutes later, he comes back with 2 decent-sized mugs full of a bubbling red liquid.
Oh Jesus Christ! No,
She's asleep.
you can wake my ass up.
Yeah, she's asleep.
As if I'm gonna wake you up to pour a drink down your throat like you did with me. I'm gonna take the drink and I'm gonna gently pour some down your throat.
All right, because
gonna
of your
dump it.
level of inebriation, okay, and everything going on, I need you to make a sleight of hand check and a
That's
stealth check, and I need you to make a perception check at disadvantage because you're asleep.
10 for the sleight of hand. And then stealth.
Yeah.
9.
7.
9.
Okay.
Got a 10 and then a 7.
So you feel your head moving slightly, but you're not sure why. You think you must be floating down the river or in the river, being swept away by the current.
Jesus Christ!
And as all of a sudden, as you take a breath in, it feels like you breathe in fire.
Oh
Burning flames go through all of your veins as your eyes burst open.
Wakey, wakey.
You let out this harsh, dry wheeze of a breath, barely able to escape it from your lungs. You are completely sober, wide awake and confused for the next round. As well as the fact that your mouth and throat and very veins are on fire. So you just see her pop, sit up straight, beak wide open, eyes huge from dead sleep.
Can I look in the cup? How much is left?
You poured the whole cup down her beak.
I'm gonna leave them as quick as I can. I will most likely die.
You're gonna drink yours?
No, I'm gonna pick it up. And
Okay.
then
I want you to make a
Take a
constitution check.
Oh, fuck.
I hope you fail it.
You got an automatic fail because
Nat
you...
20.
Oh my fucking god, I hate you!
Okay, you drink it down. It is so nice and smooth. You're like, why? What the hell was her whole thing about? And then you feel the fire start going through your veins. And the cold chills going up your spine at the same time. And as the cold chill comes up your spine and resonates within your head, the entire like fuzziness of the world just snaps into focus. And your body feels no longer like you're floating and happy, but like you're on fire and walking on pins and needles.
Can I gently sit down?
It feels like you're sitting on a cactus. And this lasts for the next couple rounds.
Okay.
So you're watching this. You see her through the doorway, her pop up, wide-eyed, and sitting there, like just frozen in place for a few moments. You see her come out, drink the liquid, and
Yeah, like down it.
sit down and shakes. She's sitting there shaking.
Am I no longer confused?
You're still confused.
I'm going to put on my cloak.
Next time, don't put drugs down my throat.
I'm going to walk out the door.
Okay. As you go to step out the door, there's Mr. Riverton,
Okay.
just as promised.
Okay. I step back and wait.
Greetings.
Just gonna walk
And
in
welcome.
and look over and see this.
I am sorry I could not see you today. I had much business to take care of.
Reasonable, no problems.
May I come in?
Sure, of course.
Excellent.
Um,
Looks over at her,
yeah.
shaking. Wake up, Juice.
I don't.
You'll be fine in a few minutes.
I'm more worried about my friend. I got revenge on her.
Peeks through the doorway. She'll be fine.
That's good. I'm gonna die later.
So, I would like to welcome you to Riverton Estates. My wife told me she already talked to you.
Yep.
Told you about town. I am more than happy to keep you safe here and secrets from everybody. But I will be honest with you, if you are found, I claim no responsibility or anything as such. Okay?
Reasonable.
I can't control whole town. I have talked to a few of store owners in area. They are on our side. Okay? No offense, your father, huge asshole. Okay? And nobody liked to do business with East.
Hmm.
In fact, I would love to pick your brain at factory tomorrow if you don't mind about leathers and furs.
Yeah, sure. I actually have this bear fur that I'm not gonna be
Needing.
You pull it out?
It's with punk. I put it in.
Ah. Yeah, I'd be glad to take a look. And any furs you have, I'd be more than happy to buy from you. If they have finer quality or better.
We'll have to go down to punk later.
Okay, no problem.
Punk is the deadliest
I
skunk.
met your skunk. Yes, I was told its name was Punk. Very friendly. Very kids love it. Oh my god, the kids have been feeding it all day.
He loves-
I am sorry
loves
if it
jerky.
gains weight. It is okay for it feeds, right?
I don't care.
Okay, very friendly. Okay, squirrel not so much. Squirrel tried to eat two stable people, but we got under control.
The bird is a bit carnivorous, so you might want to watch the bird.
Oh no, bird fine. You know,
Okay.
you throw it steak, it sit there, it not do anything. It's fine.
I wonder what your bird's eggs taste like.
It's boring.
Boring.
Oh, it's pretty bird. Don't get me wrong, very pretty bird. And this is when you start to come into focus, as you start hearing very pretty bird. Boring, doesn't quite know, doesn't do much.
Hey!
Messy eater.
I'm not messy.
How does its eggs taste?
Ground raven eggs don't taste good at all. Okay, we've had before. We used to get them shipped in from from southeast because there are farms of them down there.
It's most likely dyers of them in the east.
There's dyer everything in east. That's why we buy furs from there. You get bigger furs, more stuff, higher quality.
Throughout my hometown living in the east, I've never once seen a dire skunk until I left.
Really?
Yeah, Punk is the only dire skunk I've ever seen.
We get about 2 dire skunk fur a year.
Really?
Yes.
That's why they don't exist.
Yeah, last year we got one about twice size of your current skunk, of Punk.
So yours is still growing.
Huh?
30 feet.
Main body length. Yes, we made a whole tent out of it. That
So
we
it's
use for
30 feet
large
long by 8
parties.
feet wide. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they get real big. Weirdest one so far, they brought us mouse carcass. Mouse, you wouldn't think mouse to get too big, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, this mouse, 20 feet long.
It's a giant scrappies.
20-foot fucking dormouse.
I'm gonna get out of bed and go into the main room and just...
Morning. Wake up juice, good.
Pain.
Hopefully she doesn't know it's me.
Pours himself a glass of this sweet wine. Starts sipping on it.
Takes a step
This is
away.
my favorite, personally.
Takes a step away. There he is. Call for me.
Oh, this one, good one. You try black moss. Very good, if you know what's happening. So, anything I can recommend in town? Okay.
Crystal shop.
No, very hard to get crystals in Swamp. If you truly want crystal, you want to go southwest. Okay, down there is where they mine the most of them. You'll find a lot of golems, elementals. There's some Efreet people down there. Lots of dwarves. Lots of dwarves. Be very careful though. That territory is ruled by Anatrix. Anitrek. Sorry. Anitrek.
Ask him what that is.
Anitrek, leader of the Crystal Plains and Volcano Islands. You don't want to piss her off. Yeah. She friendly with us. We do some trade. Go talk to Rust Bombs. They know much more. They from that area. We here just make furniture and clothing stuff. Mostly furniture. Okay. I was looking at your saddle. Very nicely made, but no real support.
It was made by my grandma. No, assistant.
You want us to upgrade with support frame, make it more comfy for Skunk and
Yeah.
and everyone else?
Yeah.
Maybe seatbelt?
That would work.
You want tent? We have design we've been wanting to try.
Go for it. How much would it be?
Oh, free of charge. Okay. Your grandmother pay us to keep you safe. And this experiment, advertisement, we put our name on it.
She's gonna be mad when she sees the price of the bag of holding I got.
You got bag of Holtang? Those super rare.
What mostly?
I buy it off you.
No. We're traveling and we sort of need it for stuff.
I no blame you. They rare, hard to find.
Yeah. Sorry.
I have one.
Yeah, just don't go around advertising that we have one.
I agree with her.
Trusted.
Don't advertise. I trust it. Thank you. I appreciate.
My grandma trusts you, so I have no reason not to.
Your grandma paid me. Okay. It's smart business to keep good
Just
business with
let
elves.
me compliment you and,
And-
don't make me think
And
twice.
your dad,
So-
Duke, he not do good business. He not keep his business deals. So I don't care if he offer 5,000 for you alive. What good is 5,000 when you go to collect it and he kill you? No, that's just plain
That's
dumb.
why I have so many executions.
You're just finding this out.
I just thought that there was a lot of crime. fine.
No!
You not pay attention in your homeland, do you?
I don't know.
I referenced to him. It's like, honestly, they didn't really tell the royal family much if they didn't need to know it.
Well, that's dumb.
Well, and that's why it took me and the...
You want to meet good leader? I recommend go see magistrate. I respect him as good leader. And he very lucky. Everything seemed to work out for him very well.
Alright, by any chance, so I tell him about the places I'm looking at going. One is the magistrates. We should all go there. Once you're able.
I can move. I'm
Yeah,
moving
she's
around
totally
now.
sober again.
Okay, cool. The magistrate's office, the altar of the mystics.
Oh, go. Yeah, definitely talk to Muro. He'll tell you all about the area. He can also tell you about lands to the south and his pilgrimage to go and meet the home of Uro. To become high priest.
I need to talk to him.
He know much. He actually come originally from down south in the islands.
Might be worth heading down south. We have to head there eventually after we meet with the gelphs.
I hear beautiful territory. Never been. They
As
buy
much as
lots of
I'd
chairs.
like to go back to my, I guess, parents' homeland, I don't think it's a good idea at this point.
Well, our general...
Skeksis land very not nice.
Yeah, so
From what I hear.
The way I see it, metagame-ish. We're right here.
Yep,
We have to get here.
yep,
Then we're going here.
yep.
Where I need to go. And then maybe at that point we can go here.
Are you pulling out your map to point it out and talk to him about
Yeah,
it?
sure. I can do that.
You have map?
I guess that's a real thing.
I give you 500 gold for map right now.
I can make you a new one.
We'll make you
Because
a
we
copy.
can't sacrifice the map.
I'll make you a
Ever.
copy.
I give you 500 gold for map.
Okay. I'll pull out my mapping kit, start making one from scratch.
Is that agreeable to him? As far as I can tell.
He just wants a map.
Well, that's my thing,
Map
but
very rare. Map of whole world? Super rare.
I just... Okay.
So how long does it take me to make a
And
copy?
this old map. About 6 to 12 hours.
I'll be here working.
If you want to do it with quality.
I'll be here working.
If you want to do a rush job of it, then you can do that.
No.
No, why don't we... Because we can blend. You don't match your description.
I don't blend.
No, you don't blend at
But
all.
didn't you get something for me?
Oh, you easy this to blend. Nobody pay attention to Skeksy. No one wants to talk to Skeksy. You talk to Skeksy and you ask for trouble. Okay? They like to eat people.
Didn't you also get something for me?
And my wife bring old Skeksy stuff for you.
Oh, yes.
So you'll
I
fit
hand
right
you a
in.
bag.
You open it up.
Yeah.
Inside is a ceremonial robe and mask.
Pull out the mask, look at it.
It is designed to fit over your entire head.
So kind of like the hunter, what the hunter wears with his mask.
That's
Yep.
what I was thinking.
Threatening,
And the robes are crimson,
threatening,
spider silk,
threatening.
covered in runes that you don't
I'm gonna be writing
recognize.
that down. Just a thought.
Yeah, I mean, a spider silk Skeksies robe that has Skeksies writing on it.
Do you have any other masks?
If you really want mask, then I recommend go see Slithers. Okay, they make specialty goods. Okay, there they make the more elaborate stuff, like oh, and he shows you one of the chairs. Okay, this is Slytherin work, and you can see the workmanship is nowhere near as sturdy as like the rest of the furniture in the room, but the carving in it is incredibly ornate and fine, and you can see that most of it's made out of bone.
Oh, wow. It's ivory.
Aye.
Like my sword.
Yes, beautiful. Okay, I doubt you want to sell that.
No.
I won't let her.
Just like I didn't let you sell the peace treaty.
Okay, I made a mistake.
We learned.
So, yeah, especially if you wear a ceremony robe, we get high priests down here from Skeksy every so often. They come to meet with Uru priests, and sometimes they go to the special events outside of town that I don't want to know about or ask about. But if you are interested in weird kind of stuff like that, go talk to Areola. She apparently runs most of them.
Slip and slither. Slither and
I
slither.
will. We'll talk to her.
So it dark out now, so probably safest time to go. Okay, probably not want to go in light. From what I heard, the orc and goblins are still at the Dry Tuft. Apparently they like to drink. They don't really leave tavern. Pretty nice guys. I met them last night.
Nice guys until they see all of us, and then shit goes south.
Oh no, we had long chat about how they like it here better than back home because here we have good food. Back home have shitty food. And they actually ask if we hiring. So, I don't know. I don't think they're very happy back in Foxfield.
I don't think anybody who gets to leave Foxfield are very happy.
I've never met anyone happy that want to go back there.
We maybe want it.
And they're weird out there. They're like backwards. Yeah.
They have no libraries.
Skeksy, at least
no...
you know, will eat you. But, you know, if you talk to them, they not eat you. Okay? You'll go to Foxfield and you're not sure if you're going to be eaten by something, which should not be that big. It's weird. Or shot in back or robbed. And
I mean, everyone in Foxfield only has a meat-based diet, so they're pretty strong, so...
yeah, and they mean it.
Yeah.
And they don't talk.
I don't like me.
That's why we make super sturdy furniture. We sell quite a bit out to Foxfield. You guys break a lot of furniture, apparently. You could only imagine how something like this, like Slytherin work, would be completely destroyed in no time.
Don't sell the Slytherin work to Foxfield.
We don't sell Slytherin work. They sell Slytherin work down in Slytherin. That's south side of town.
Yeah.
We north side. We have best side. I also recommend stay away from lily pads unless you talk to priests and get permission.
Yes.
Lily pad special ground. They frog lock breeding ground. And training ground for Uru priest. Okay. And very protective. Okay.
Spiritual place.
Yes. But mama out there and she nice as long as you friend. If you foe, you become food.
Honestly,
Is it
not
mama?
surprised.
Is there like a green frog out there?
Big mama.
That's way out here.
Okay.
Big mama.
Oh yeah, she big. Mother Croaker.
Mother Croaker.
Yeah, I was really asleep when I did this.
Mother Croaker.
Why is the description in the rhyme?
Mother Croaker. Also, there's a fish farm on south of town. Snag, very nice man and his family. Just be careful. If you swim out in that area or go out that area without them knowing, you might get eaten. They eat just about anything. Okay, be careful. When you see fishmen who have red on sides, they piranha men. Very sharp teeth. They eat stuff, get angry quick. So be careful. But Moo is not like that. He good man. He just eat plant. Anything else you want to know about town?
What are your opinion on the knobs?
Mr. Knob, fantastic guy. Okay, he's an eccentric. Okay, but he can fix anything. Okay, he keep the water wheels and stuff going for the Slytherin mills and for the strike mill. He do a lot of work over here. In fact, when he shows you a clock on the wall, this is his original work. It's cuckoo clock. It makes funny noise at hour. Well, if I turn it on, I usually keep it off because, well, otherwise you hear bird call from other room that you usually keep locked off because we don't usually use this area too much. And I forgot to turn it on for you guys. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I can set it for you if you want.
No, it's
That's
fine.
totally fine.
And then he shows you when he flips a switch on it, and the little door opens, and out comes a little cuckoo bird that makes this horrific scraping, screeching nails on a chalkboard sound. You're pretty sure you heard a bird much like that on the way down, but you're glad it was at a distance.
Lovely.
So you want me set and leave on for you?
No, thank you.
Okay. You understand now why we don't leave on another room. It kind of...
Chilling.
Yeah. We tell him he needs work on bird call.
So we should be able to move around with relative comfortability at night?
For the most part, most here don't care who you are. There are a lot of people that are not so savory in South area more. We in North area here, here we keep everything nice up. Us Ribbitons, we own a whole north side. Okay, the apartments, the other buildings, okay, except for a few buildings here and there that are owned by a few other town owners. But so we keep it up personally. And as Mrs. Ribbiton told you, we feed them every morning, afternoon, and night. They're big family. We keep big family with our people. Down south, it's the south part of town. They run they're different. They work with wages and don't really do anything special for employees. So be careful in slums. There's lots of thieving, lots of bad stuff.
How about the strike weavers?
Good people. They mostly stay to themselves. The owner is very interesting. She rare. She from Underdark. Her family come up here generations ago. I don't know much else why, but her and her family who create the chitin silk for the spider silk that's special and flameproof.
Sounds good.
And then she also employ lizard men and others to work the mill or other materials and cloths. Also makes cotton fabrics and fabrics out of other plant material.
You guys have any questions?
I'll get to work on that map for you.
Okay, that'd be very much appreciated. I can show you around town if you want.
That'd be agreeable.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so why don't you get stuff together, disguise a little bit, you no worry. You might want to hide horns. Okay, that's about only thing that really show that you satyr.
I have my hooded cloak.
Interesting. You don't have hooves, or he's looking at your hoofers.
I kind of stand on one leg and just pull off the sneaker, and then put it back on.
That is ingenious.
I
He's
guess
quieter.
I actually point to the rubber, or whatever it's called, and I just say that it's a rare spot from, I guess,
He takes it from you for a moment. Oh, we have this. It's sap from tree. We boil down. We use it on bottom of our furniture so that they not scrape against everything.
Must be where it came from
Pinch the
then.
nerve.
Ah,
Yeah, we're continuing from here on.
yeah. We call it bouncy sap.
Bouncy sap.
Aye. We also make balls and toys for kids with it. Also, he reaches into his pocket, pulls out a red piece of candy and hands it to you.
I take it.
Okay.
Did I eat it?
Yep.
It's gum.
It's cherry flavored and it's very, very chewy.
It's gum.
Oh,
You can make candy with it too.
It's gum.
that's cool.
Just don't swallow,
No.
because it take forever to come out. And if you swallow too much, it can bind you up and it's not nice.
No.
All right, so you guys get ready. I meet you at front of house in a few minutes when you're ready to go.
Yep.
Sound good? Okay, then we're at the 55-minute mark this time, so this seems like a good place once again to take our normal roughly hour break, or break in between each hour. If you're enjoying the show at all, feel free to like, subscribe, and we'll be back in just a little bit.